Hey, booger eyes. Hey, Harley. What are you doing? What do you smell? What do you smell? Morning, folks. Welcome to Thompson Farmstead Adventures. Well, the wife decided to go ahead and start clearing out the freezer, and she's going to be working on some jalapenos. And I've decided I'm going to go ahead and come over here to the harvest right room and start clearing out some stuff in the freezer. I have some trays in there that I kind of forgot about a little bit. They have the plastic covers on them, and they're all ready to go. So she's gonna work on her jalapenos and possibly even the tomatoes. And I have other things to do. I need to show you something though. Evidently, when we're storing food, we gotta really secure it. I'll show you what I mean. Stick around. When we moved out here from California to Oklahoma, we wanted to get involved with homesteading and prepping, basically. We did a little bit in California, just didn't have the room for it. And of course we lived in an HOA, so we couldn't have any animals, especially roosters, but or any other four-legged animal like pigs, goats, or whatever. Now you could down the road, but not in our HOA area. Now, when we came out here, we got set up with buying a bunch of food from the grocery stores just to get things going, which is what everybody should do. I mean, if you're not canning, freeze drying, dehydrating, all that stuff, then stock up on what you can stock up on, especially the stuff that you like. I know other people out there, they like to have the healthiest choice. Well, you have to graduate to that, and if you're choosing to go down that road, because it sure in the heck is completely expensive if you want to buy healthy in the store. But then we don't know what we're buying now that we have all these faux meats out there, faux meat companies, petri dish companies. You can look it up. I'm going to be posting some of that stuff here and there. But it's crazy. I think there's like 27 companies in the United States. 3 or 4 of them, of course, in California. And one of them does chicken breast from the cells of a chicken breast and makes it look like a chicken breast. And there's video out there on that, and I'll show that. I'll probably drag it into this one here. But when we came out here, not only did we stockpile food just to get things going, then we started looking at dehydrators, this, that, and the better ones. We had the old-fashioned round stackable type. That was good for like seasoning, stuff like that. Excuse me, I just had some pizza rolls that I found in there, so it's not that healthy. Hey, gotta eat what you got, right? Anyways, so we upgraded on the dehydrator. But before we upgraded on the dehydrator, we purchased the freeze dryer. Now I have a wooden spoon in there because I have little gappages here and there, and I have a piece of a business card folded up several ways so it'll fit in there to kind of squeeze it tighter. This is my 3rd ring. I had issues with this thing before, shooting error 789, but that's a whole nother story that I've gone through and sealed the snot out of this thing. And so far, I haven't had any issues. We'll see if I do now that I'm recording it. But I just put all the trays in there. So we went ahead and went on the freeze drying train and started freeze drying stuff, as well as, excuse me, I flipped the phone around here. I'm using just my hands. Stockpiling stuff like this here, we got jasmine rice there, 1 20-pound bag, 1 5-pound bag, and so on. We have that with, I think Sadie's looking for the critter that got in here, and I'm going to show you what happened. Anyways, so we stockpiled that too. In 2020, there was a lot of crazy stuff going on, and food was one of it. all the way up until now. I mean, you get out there, and I've mentioned this before. You look at how many chicken manufacturers out there, processing places, had to shut down because of the bird flu, which is coming around again. But now it's going to humans, you know, and other animals, because the first pandemic didn't work as they planned it, as the way I see it.
Is both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak. And I hope by the end of my relatively short presentation, you will understand why history, the history of the last 32 years that I've been the director of NIAID, will tell the next administration that there's no doubt in anyone's mind that they will be faced with the challenges that their predecessors were faced with.
Now, you guys could all say something different, but I think this was all, man, you know, it was all created by evil. So, anyways, we did the best that we could. We moved in here, had to deal with the house issues, all the water problems and stuff, and then try to build a chicken coop and try to build our supply there and all that, which I have the videos out now, finally. And, you know, we were doing the best that we could to get involved with other people. My wife, mostly. I mean, I'm here stuck trying to build, you know, redo what we got to take care of on the house. And she was able to connect with other people and get, you know, half a cow. You saw the 400-pound video, 400 pound of beef that we got for less than $4 a pound. And stuff like that. And we look for stuff all the time. We get these summer sausages. As one store was closing or got bought out by another store down the street here, they were selling off all the products. The new owners were selling off all the products. So we were able to obtain about 86, 87 sticks of summer sausage, you know, about this big around and almost a foot long. And they normally sell for like $8, $9 a piece. We got them for the first 20 sticks. We got it for $1 each. Then I asked the guy, how much for all of them? You know, after we already paid for the 20. And I was hoping he'd say 25 cents, and he did. So we got the rest of them for 25 cents a piece. So we stuck those in the freezer, you know. They might be close to date or almost out, you know, or a little bit out of date, but they're sausage. And you freeze them, you know, you can make them into dog treats and stuff, or eat them yourself, you know, really. So, I mean, we get deals like that all the time because we look for them. Well, part of the deal was me getting all this food done, all the hard work that my wife did in the garden. You know, we put together a bunch of bags. Our bags are all inside these tubs. I have to go back through and actually redo them again. I just have them by bin number and written down on a piece of paper, you know, what they are. But all the tubs are full of product. Let's see if I can get this one open. You know, that one there, who knows what that one is. That could be like chicken or something like that. That's why it's not full. Most of the tubs are full. So I have to reorganize all this stuff. But it's kind of hard to stay on top of this, learn how to edit, do all this YouTube stuff, everything else that goes along with it, work on the house and all that other stuff. It's just a lot of work for one person to do. So I get there and do what I can. So with my wife's hard work, though, out in the garden, we were freeze drying, I decided I'm going to make some dog food. Even if I have to, because Harley, let me go step back a bit. Harley was, you know, 14 months and at 133 pounds. He was a big baby to begin with when he was 6 weeks old. He'd come running up to me and, holy cow, man. You didn't get away from mama fast enough, did you? No, you didn't. So he got up to 144. Hopefully he's less than that now. But the whole process of getting weight off him was a diet. And then her for exercise. So I made all these bags of dog food. I even added some canned dog food into it. So it wasn't 100% all veggies and stuff like that, you know. And we do have pork in there, you know, white pork, and we have chicken breast, turkey breast, stuff like that. Even the dark parts of the chickens and turkeys. So I made all these bags of dog food. And look at, we had a critter get in here. And it's almost like a raccoon kind of thing. I don't know what got in here. The problem that I have is that, and I'm going to go through all of this here, get all cleaned up. You know, this is all, the bedroom's still apart. I haven't, you know, I'm not done with remodeling the two Jack and Jill bathrooms in the last bedroom. That's the front part, the front room or front of the house bedroom. So that's why you see all this stuff in here. But today I'm going to get in here and get things organized and cleaned up. Now that I see that, get these guys out of here. Come on. And hopefully I find the critter. I don't think it's starving. I mean, it might be dehydrated, unless it was drinking out of the toilet. But the only way that the animals that I can see right now get in here, one is the refrigerant line outside, and then they can get into the attic and then get in here some way. I do see mouse poop inside of these cabinets here, and I just saw some mouse poop up here, which wasn't here, I don't know how long, maybe 3 months ago. But they can get in through the holes in there. So here's a little lesson for you guys. You know, like right there. Any hole. Oh yeah, look at all the mice in there. I vacuumed all that out. This is all new stuff. Dang it. It ain't one thing, it's another. I tell you. It's always an adventure here. Anyways, so all this hard work that we put into bagging everything can get destroyed in a heartbeat. And I think what happened, I've gone through this room and I don't see any openings. I don't see how the mice are getting in and out. The only way they can is when Harley, he knows how to open doors. That's an issue, especially during the wintertime because the mice are cold. So I had let me show you. I had a door closer up here, which is right there. The problem is, since this door is hollow, I only had 2 screws that really took, and then that one broke, and it's like, are you kidding me? So I tried something else. Oh, I tried a spring, a hinge. Well, because of the way this door is set up and everything else, the hinge that I bought, well, that didn't work either. So it's like, man, what can I find? So, as simple as it was, right there, just found myself a nice little latch. That way Harley can't just walk over here, push up or push down on it, and open up. But, excuse the flip arounds. But, I think we have some big old huge field mice, and we probably killed, I don't know, a good 30 of them so far in the past month and a half. And Harley left that door open one day. Kim was coming in out of here, dropping stuff off, and she left it unlatched because she was going to come back. Well, she didn't, and Harley was in here. Because Harley used to come in here when everything was all set up and the 2 couches were here. He used to open that door, and that's why I try to put some sort of a closer on it. He'd come in here and lay on the couch during the summertime, you know, when he was by himself before Sadie. Well, I gotta lock it out completely. So, this is what's going on. Wow, that booger's got it everywhere. There it is, there's the bag. There's the hole. A good old time, weren't they? Oh man, I destroyed that one too. See, mice weren't supposed to eat through this. This is bad. So that one's shot. That one's empty. It's all over the place, man. They just dug it. Just pushed it all out. It's like, it's crazy. All right. Well, I need to get this stuff cleared out. Evidently, it was my thought that rodents wouldn't chew through Mylar. Well, proof is in the pudding. Pudding, Jello pudding, that they do. It's a bummer. All right, I need to get this stuff cleaned up. I'll be back. Okay. I had all these bags of dog food, looking like this, nice and tight, like I do with all my other. If they don't look like that, all real shrinkled up and all that, then I know we have issues. These guys aren't going to look that way because these are all egg product, and the eggs are down here at the bottom. They're all compressed. There are a dozen eggs in each one of these bags. So I'm coming across 4 of these so far. So I thought, and I saw, all right, that one's opened. This one here, one had just like a little bite into it, right here, just enough to punch it and release the seal. That one had a little tiny puncture right there, just enough to release the seal. And they tried it right there as well. All right, same thing with this guy here, just enough to release the seal. So then I go ahead and I'm checking over here. I'm going, you gotta be kidding me. Look at this. I picked this bag up, and it's all throughout. It's like everywhere. I got into that one. This one, look at that one. Destroyed all. Look, that bag's empty too. So 2 bags are empty. Got into that one. This one's empty. Jeez Louise. Chewing on it down there. I got into it there. Now the ones that are like this, I can save. The ones that they got into, chicken food. Look at all that. Oh my gosh. That was a lot of work, man. Our little day packs. Look at that. Holy cow, even that one there. Just emptied out. Couldn't just deal with one bag. No, I had to keep going and going. So air got in that way. I can read. Like I said, oh, nope. Not right there. Dang it. This is crazy. Oh, man. Just took out the dog food. What pigs, man? They had plenty. Plenty. Look at all that destruction. They had plenty of food all out for them. But they just had to keep going through one more bag after another. Well, I'll get a count here. I've got my work cut out because I got to move all this furniture and stuff and get in between the couches. Alrighty, let me give you an update. I still haven't moved the furniture. I still got to get all that out of the way. I just wanted to see what kind of damage I had. So this is all the dog food that I made and what's in the bucket too. They damaged 6 bags that I that I cannot reuse. You know, it's all chicken food. They damaged 12 bags where they just got a little tiny hole in it, just enough to poke the air in it, right? Well, I can't even talk right now. Luckily for me, it's wintertime and it's not hot and humid. Because if it was humid, that stuff would be like one big old gel pack right there, man. It'd just be all over the place. You know, it'd absorb all the moisture in the air, but it's all still crunchy. You know, it's all the way it was when I put it inside the bag in the first place. That's pretty cool. So, with that, oh my gosh, what a mess. See, it's all crunchy still. So I'm glad that it happened now and not in the wintertime. Otherwise, we'd be cleaning up a bigger mess than that. At least this I can vacuum. If it was humid and it got all sticky and everything, you know, if it absorbed the humidity, say goodbye to the couch. We might have to say that anyways, because they might be living in there, man, you know. They got their market out here. They got their home in there. All they need to do is find some water. Out of all those bags, plus my little to-go bag, so we had 6 there, 12 there, that's 18, 19 bags. Only one bag was not touched. Only one bag. But at least I can go through these guys right now, after I get all the stuff cleaned up. And I can repackage these ones and get them in a box. So it's not all lost. I mean, it took me 2 weeks. 2 weeks to fill the pans like we're doing here. And I had the pans full right above the top, about that much. It's kind of mounted over. And this thing would run for almost 2.5 days because I had it so loaded down with dog food and all the moisture inside of the vegetables. You know, because I use Italian zucchini, crooked yellow crooked neck, a little bit of pumpkin, not a whole lot because you want to give them the scoots. It's a little bit of pumpkin as filler. You know, I had it in rice. I did it with a little bit of potato. I did it with spaghetti squash. I forget what else. I mean, it's human consumable except for the actual canned dog food that I would put in there. I put like 6 cans of dog food in a 5-gallon bucket, and then put all of the rice and, you know, everything I just mentioned in there, and just mix it up, and then put it in the pans and freeze dry it. So, all right, well, it's a good thing that I have that many to salvage, because there's a lot of work for my wife, myself, a lot of time freeze drying and all that for the machine. But now we know rodents don't care about Mylar. That myth is now busted. Alrighty. You know how I say I always look for deals? Well, my wife just did too. Let me show you. All right, these cheddar smoked sausages, $4. All right, you got a pack of what? 12? Yeah, there's 12 in there. $4. This here is $6 for 20 of these big old jumbo dogs. Now I know a lot of you guys out there are gonna say, that's nasty stuff. And all, you know, I grew up with stuff. I kind of still like it. You know, it's like I still eat stuff out of the can. You know, I mean, not the toilet, but but the can. You know, if I have to. It's just, stuff I did when I was way back when. Not going to kill me today. Didn't kill me then. But anyways, so she got this stuff here. She was, you know, she could put together a meal for the church or the homeless and stuff like that. I go, sounds good to me. So, you know, for $4, I'm sorry, not $4, but for $10, you know, you throw that together with some noodles and all that, or some spaghetti along with it, because that's cheap as well. You know, you could feed almost 30 people for, say, you can feed pretty close to 30 people for about 50 cents a person. And when you find deals like this, it's even better. You know, I mean, that's 20 jumbo dogs for $6. That's 30 cents a piece. You know, so you can't even get that at Costco. Well, it's been a couple of weeks since I started on this project, and then of finding out where the mice are coming in at. We had a mess, I'm telling you. Anyways, I ended up getting sick from going in and out of the house, doing all the chores, 4-degree weather and stuff like that. You know, and I know it couldn't be from hanging out with people because I wasn't hanging out with anybody. So it just had to be the weather related. So while I was cleaning everything out, getting everything organized, I still have to, I'm going to probably call a professional to come and clean the 2 couches. We've checked underneath and in between and all that stuff. And basically, unfortunately, the mice did run all over that couch there. Well, both of them, but mostly that one there. And that's where all that food was from, that they got into, the dog food. Got it cleaned up the best I could until I call a specialist to come out and take care of it. Personally, I like to get rid of this stuff, but my wife wants to keep it, so I'll have it professionally cleaned. Inside and underneath and inside it, there was no nest. What we found, and what I'm determining, is that if you guys have these pull-through cable boxes, right, you'll see an outlet like that that has an opening so you can pull your wires through. And the top one, which I show a picture right here, that would have an opening right here so you can pull your cable through. Okay, so that way everything's kind of hidden in the wall. Now, I temporarily cut up a blank cover and just got it on there because we're going to remodel this whole room at some point in time down the road. And this is all basically temporary. Hopefully the couches too. But what we did, my wife went ahead and took some steel wool and she put it at the refrigerant lines out there. And I'll show you this picture right here. I went ahead and did the same thing and put it right there because it seems like all the mice were coming in there and making the rounds because I couldn't understand how we had so many. We had 7 to 8 parents, we'll call it, and about 12 to 14 baby guys. And they all accumulated under here because it was nice and warm. When this room was hitting 35 and 40 degrees, or 42, they would go underneath there. I haven't gone underneath this yet. I will show you guys pictures when I get to that point. I'm kind of slowly working my way around the room. And, I couldn't understand how they were getting in here. Couldn't be leaving the doors open. Are they getting in through the holes inside underneath the sink here and pushing the door open and getting in and then getting stuck and more just keep coming in? Now, what happens is you can see some remnants of their oils on their skin coming in and out of that cable hole at the bottom. So they would just hang, reach to wherever wire was hanging down and come down this way. I have the same situation inside my office where I have those open areas from the existing plugs of the building that I have. The mice will get in, not underneath my door or anywhere else. It will get into those darn openings, so I've got to secure those better. I have foam over some of them so they can't get through. Really thick, hard foam. But one of them, I don't. And I'm sitting there at my desk, and I hear this, and I'm looking, I'm going, son of a gun. He's climbing the wire and coming right in, running across behind my TV. Then he disappeared, and I slowly pulled back, and I'm waiting, and he evidently shimmied down the wires that I had, and then got on the floor and ran behind the couch. I'm going, what the heck? So, bold little dudes. So I started planting traps up there, hopefully to start minimizing. And I was minimizing. I've caught a couple of dozen through that thing. So far, no more at this point in time. So anyways, my head kept wondering, where are these guys coming from? And then last night, when I put that TV stand back, I started thinking, I bet they're coming in through there because there's no way they're coming in unless they're coming in and they've made a hole. Let me see. See if I can take the camera off without shutting it off. Hold on a second. Because everywhere, is this one piece? Oh, this is one unit. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, this is one unit. Okay. Now, normally, when you have 2 units screwed together, there'll be a gap right up inside of here that will, that's straight up and top. You know, they'll put a cover or something that'll match, you know, for staining, painting, whatever, for your toe kick here. So this is a like 3/8 of an inch thick that's been stapled on or brad nailed on. But when they screw 2 cabinets together this way, there's an opening in there because they'll butt the faces together, but the boxes aren't butted together. And sometimes you'll get the spiders and all that stuff that get up inside there. So go check your cabinets, especially your kitchen cabinets. You know, we have multiple, you know, where they brought them in pieces at a time, or you brought them in. Because the mice will come in, and if you have a little gap between the wall of your casework and, you know, between the casework and the wall, and you didn't seal the hole of your drain lines, water lines, or whatever else, they'll get in that way, and then they'll find their way down and crawl around the bottom and then come over through the casework and then come out through the top. And they'll climb over that little 4-inch toe kick cover. So, anyways, I couldn't figure out that they weren't coming in here, so I thought they were coming in. I thought it was pieced together, but evidently not. So, being the detective, evidently, that was their path of travel. It was right there. Right where the cable comes in, because they would always seem to run over to this area. And I thought it was because this had a 3-sided face, you know, 2 sides in the front where it's straight to the ground and open in the back. So I thought they were living under there. And then as we started catching them, hold on, let me put this back on here. Excuse me, guys. As we started catching them, we started seeing more and more from this area. So we put a trap here, and that would catch them. I would have it leaned up so they would try to climb on to get down. And then right here. And then we had 3 of them inside of here as well. Uh-oh, that one off. Nope, okay. So right now we're not catching any more. It's been about 5 days since we stopped catching them. That's why I decided to go ahead and start getting this place cleaned up and figuring out what's going on. And you know, just seeing if we can eliminate, because that was a lot of dog food damage. And I was thinking that could have been just one. I thought, you know, like a raccoon got in here or something. I know it didn't, because it won't fit. We don't leave doors open. I haven't seen a raccoon face to face or here on the property yet. I've seen traces of them, you know, walking, raccoon prints on the car and stuff. But anyways, that's where I'm at right now. Alrighty, well, the wife and I pulled this out, and surprisingly, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it had mouse poop all over the place here, but I was looking for like a nest and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I was looking for it to be really bad. Just had droppings, and that was it. So that tells me that those guys are going in and out of that hole where the TV cable goes. And they weren't nested in there. Ken just went ahead and vacuumed up the poop. So, not too bad. I'm surprised. Ouch. I'm surprised that it wasn't worse, because I used to raise mice, and they can make a mess. When I was a kid, started off with 4 girls and 1 boy, and 6 months later I had over 350 mice. And they got out, and my dog got out, and my mom was telling me dog catcher's here, so I ran out there to go get the dog. And then my mom's yelling at me that the mice are getting out, so the dog catcher ran in the backyard to help collect the mice. but half of them are gone. And he didn't get my dog. He was just letting us know. Okay, you know, back then when people just, when they knew you. Anyways, well, still have that section to do, and then the bathroom. And this area will be completely cleaned and sterilized. I'm back at it here. I wanted to show you the hokey setup that they have here for this little room, casitas, whatever you want to call it by itself, right? Call it a guest room or something like that. It has a full bath. It had a little tiny refrigerator right there, you know, under counter refrigerator, and just has like a bar sink here. That's it. And this was more for, they use it more for entertainment. I've seen pictures with the gym in here, pool table, and then a bed. So, anyways, whoever the plumber was, or the second plumber, because I believe the original plumber came in, was doing the work. You know, I'm sure he bid the job or so. And anyways, I don't know what happened. They let the original plumber go, who I know now. And I don't have any qualms with the guy. The guy knows what he's talking about. I'm not going to put names out there. But whoever they hired afterwards did a hokey job. Now, like I said, this little unit here has a full bath. So it has a tub, shower, toilet, and a sink right on the other side of this wall. This is how they hook up stuff, or this guy did. All right, so there's a 220 outlet right there, right, for a water heater. One, it's underneath the sink. I'm sure there's no GFI on the breaker, but we'll see. This is what they did. See that black line right there? That's for the sink. Shoot in my nose. That black line right here is for the sink. All right? These lines right here are for the shower, tub, and sink in the bathroom. 1/2 inch. Running off of a 3/8 water line. That's supposed to be on a 3/4 inch line. Off of a little 5-gallon water heater for a shower. Now you know why. Let me try to get up. Now you know why I'm redoing everything in this house. Well, I got that little water heater out of here, and I did check to see if there was any holes up inside, and now we're good to go. The only holes we have going into that cabinet are these 3 right here, you know, just transferring over. But I did clean up the 2 holes down there, and there was another hole for the 2 penetrations, one right there, and then one behind the collar, you know, the beauty ring. And then I started noticing something. I'm going, wait a second, how many mistakes does this guy have? He's got a coupling here, then a 90. He's got a 90 there and another coupling. Then come across here, he's got another T here, 90, coupling, T, another T. Oh, then I started looking at this one here. I'm going, man, this guy's got a lot of potential leaks. We got a coupling, then a T, and then the fitting is like, and then everything's just hanging out all over the place too. It's like, that's crazy. Look at all those connections on the one line. Now, hold on a second. This is the stuff I got to deal with. All right, but I'm done. I'm done in this room now. I have secured every opening I can think of. Oh, I got to look underneath the sink over here. I just put the flashlight away too. I'll check there. I don't see any mouse poop, so I think we're good. But we'll go ahead and, I'll go ahead, check underneath there and secure any holes that might be in there like there was in here. I appreciate you all watching this crazy mess of the mice invasion of nuts. You guys all take care, be well, be blessed. See you tomorrow.